So, hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of this series called Python Snippets interview series, in which we are discussing coding related questions related to Python, which are quite often asked in interviews. And if you follow all the videos of this series, definitely it is going to help you in clearing the interviews and increase your knowledge, enhance your knowledge of Python fundamentals. Right. So, with this, let's start with the first question. Okay, we are required to print the first non-repeating character. Okay, let's take example of this engineering, in which E is repeating, N is repeating, G is repeating, I is also repeating, N again is repeating, E is also repeating, but R is the first non-repeating character because it is not repeating anywhere in the string, so the output will be R. Right. So for this, what could be our strategy? Because if we are clear on the algorithm or the strategy or the code skeleton, then definitely it is very easy for us to code as well. Okay, in this, what we can do, we need to find out the number of occurrence of each string. That will be our first step. Then what we can do, we can iterate through the string, and as soon as, let's suppose, we check the number of occurrence of R and we find that it is equal to 1, then we can exit out of the loop and print that the required value is R. Right. So for getting the number of occurrence, what we'll do, from collections I will import counter. Okay, and what counter does is, let's suppose we have this string as engineering, and let's see how counter can help us in solving this question. So it is giving us the number of occurrence of each and every character. Now let's iterate through the string, and just a second, we need to store the frequency somewhere. You can see the frequency, this variable is containing the frequencies. Now let's iterate through. If the value of this I key is 1, okay, now we'll see the value of 1 will be just in R. Okay, then what we need to do, we'll print the value of I, that this is the required answer, and we'll break out of the loop because we need not to print all the characters which are single repeating, but the first non-repeating character. That's why we are breaking out of the loop. It has printed R. Right. So similarly, you can do it for other, let's suppose we are taking a random example. We are taking example of this alphabet, okay, in which A is repeating but L is not repeating. So S is alphabet, and then we are trying to store the values and iterate through. So it has returned L. Okay, so hope you guys are already clear of the core concept. We used a counter to find the number of occurrence of each element, and then we iterated through and checked. Whenever we got the number of occurrence as 1, we printed that value and broke out of the loop. Right. And this question can be asked in various ways, like you need to find out the number of occurrence of each character, or you need to find out the first 3 most repeating characters out of a string. Right. So hope this portion is clear. Now the next question is group anagram. Okay, in this we'll first try to understand what is anagram. Okay, Tell us a code which will group the anagram together in a list. Okay, in this we have eat, which is constituted of fundamentally three characters A, E, and T. Again, T is also A, E, and T. If you take example of AT is also A, E, and T. Similarly, tan and nat are anagrams, but bat is not having any anagram. We'll try to create one anagram for this as well. Okay. Or let it be. Let's suppose we do not have any anagrams, it should be in a separate list. This is our requirement. So to solve this, what we can do, we need to group everything together. Like AET is the core part, so we can consider it as a key, and then we can add the list one by one, right? So this will be our thing. So we'll try to explain the answer. Let's suppose we have this list. Okay. Now again from collection, we are importing default dictionary. What is default dictionary? It is a dictionary which, let's suppose we do not have any values. So we can straight away insert a value into this dictionary, and we need not to check if that value is present or not present. We can directly key in the key and the value pair. So this is the utility which default dictionary is giving. Now we'll try to create a variable, like we'll initialize a variable with this default dictionary. Okay, and it will be of type list, because we need to create a list of anagrams, right? And now we'll try to figure out like what is happening. Let's suppose this eat, we are storing this in a variable I equal to eat. Okay, we need to sort this somehow. So what we are getting as a result, A, E, and T. It is sorted obviously, but not in a proper order. Now we'll try to give like in a proper order obviously, but they are separated by commas. But we need to join them together. So for that, you must have already used this join. And in the join, what we'll do, we'll try to pass this sorted of I. Instead of, I think there is a typo, we'll do this, right? So this is giving us AET. So we are done with the key part. We'll solve this question one by one. So we are done with this key part. Okay. And what the next steps are doing, we'll try to understand. Okay. In the variable G, basically what it is a dictionary. So we are using the key, okay, this ET, to append I, and I is nothing but eat. So it will be one of the values, because it is dictionary in which the values will be of list type. So we can append one by one after another. Similarly, we'll try to see what it is doing. Okay. So let's suppose the key is, right. So you can see key is A, E, and T. Okay. Now G of key equal dot append I. So you can see in the key AET, we eat. Again, if you initialize I with AT and E, and try to append this, you can see the list got appended with eat and 8 together. Okay. And similarly, whenever we have something, let's suppose we have bat, I equal to bat, right? And we are trying to append. Okay. So although we know that bat is not present anywhere, okay, so it will create a new key called abt and insert the value in a list. Again, if I is equal to tab, as you see, like as per the key, it is inserting the values inside a list. Now what we need, if we just print g, okay, dot values, we'll be getting the required grouping, right? So I hope this question is clear to you guys. And again, this can be used in a number of other questions also in this series. Please be with us, and we'll be discussing other variations of the same question also, which can be asked in a different way to check your understanding. We'll move to the next question. Sort dictionary by value. Let's suppose we have a dictionary. Okay, banana is 5, apple is 2, and cherry is 8. Okay, so how to sort it? Let's suppose we try to sort this dictionary, but as the question says, we need to sort by the value. Okay, if we just try to do sorted of D, it will just sort on the basis of the keys. And again, like we'll think that, okay, it is the keys, then what we'll do, we'll try to find out the values and try to sort. So it will just sort the values. Okay, but what we need to sort the entire dictionary based on that. Okay, so for that, what we'll be using this lambda function. Okay, in sorted we can pass key as argument. I'll explain what this key is. Okay, so we are sorting the dictionary, but based on what we are passing here. So based on the, if you are passing x, it will be x of 1. Okay, so basically what it will do, it will be sorting on the basis of second element. Okay, so it will be sorting on the basis of second element, that is the values. And let's try and see what it is doing. We'll print this. So we have this apple, banana, and cherry, but it is in ascending order. So how we can achieve the other part is, will be we'll be printing this in a reverse order. So I think there is some issue. Let's run this. Sorted. There is some issue in the this key lambda reverse equal to true, and we are missing one parenthesis. Issue. Let's see. Sorted. Sorted is starting with this d dot items, then key. Okay, this is the issue here. And now we are done. So as you can see, it is printing in the reverse order. So this was the question, guys. I hope you have enjoyed a lot. Like we explained everything, and while we were doing it, it was not something like giving you the answers and explaining the answers. We were trying to figure out a method or an algorithm or skeleton which would do the trick, and then we formulated the steps one by another. So please be with us in this series. We'll be trying to navigate you through all the questions which are normally asked in Python interviews. And if you follow along, you will be understanding the core concept and you'll be able to implement as well. Please practice, guys. You'll be able to understand as well. And you don't need to mug up everything because the interviewers are very smart. They'll be asking questions, they'll tweak the questions, and they will try to test your knowledge. And in interview, there is only one person who can help you. It is you yourself, and no one else is going to help you. So keep practicing, keep following Akansha Academy for more such videos. Thank you so much.